Did you know that a simple fall can double a senior's risk of dying within a year? It's a startling fact that many of us might not fully appreciate. Falls are often seen as minor accidents, but for seniors, they can have life-threatening consequences. You might think a fall is just a stumble, but the reality is far more serious. In this video, we're diving deep into the hidden dangers of falls in seniors and how to prevent them. Many believe that falls are just a part of aging, but studies show that they can lead to severe complications like hip fractures, head injuries, and even a decline in overall health. According to the CDC, falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths among seniors. So, why are they so dangerous, and what can we do about it? We'll explore 5 key insights today. First, we'll discuss how even a minor fall can lead to major health issues. Second, we'll uncover the surprising role of medications. Third, the impact of home hazards will surprise you. Fourth, we'll look at the importance of physical activity. And finally, we'll reveal how social isolation can increase fall risks. By watching, you'll learn how to protect yourself or your loved ones from the devastating effects of falls. You'll discover practical solutions and avoid common mistakes. So if you find this information valuable, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's get started. Let's talk about something that honestly we don't think about until it happens: a fall. You know, it seems like just a stumble, but the impact can be much more than a bruise or a bump. I remember my neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, who was always so active. One day she slipped in her kitchen and broke her hip. It was a real wake-up call for her and, frankly, for all of us in the neighborhood. She ended up in the hospital, and it was a long road to recovery. But here's the thing: even if you don't break anything, a fall can still have a big impact on your life. Let's say you have a minor fall, no broken bones, just a bit of a scare. But then you start worrying about falling again. That fear can be paralyzing, you know? It might make you hesitant to go for your daily walk or even just move around the house. And when you stop moving, your health can start to decline. It's like a domino effect. You lose strength, your balance gets worse, and suddenly you're at a higher risk of falling again. It's a vicious cycle. Now here's something that might surprise you. Did you know that the risk of death increases within a year after a fall? It's a sobering thought, but it's true. The fear of falling again can lead to reduced mobility, and that can have serious consequences. But don't worry, there are things you can do. First, if you do fall, get checked out by a doctor, even if you feel okay. It's better to be safe, right? And consider physical therapy. It can help you regain confidence and strength. So, what about you? Have you or someone you know experienced a fall? How did you handle it? I'd love to hear your stories and any tips you might have. Sharing our experiences can really help us all feel less alone in this. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's talk about something that often flies under the radar after a fall: the silent threat of blood clots and infections. You might not think about it right away, but when someone becomes less active after a fall, it can lead to some pretty serious complications. I mean, who would have thought that just lying in bed could be so dangerous, right? Take blood clots, for example. When you're not moving around as much, your blood can start to pool and form clots. And these aren't just any clots. We're talking about deep vein thrombosis, which can be a real game changer. If a clot breaks loose, it can travel to your lungs and cause a pulmonary embolism. That's a scary thought, isn't it? And then there are infections. You know, when you're stuck in bed, it's not just your muscles that suffer. Your skin can too. Bed sores can develop, and those can lead to infections like pneumonia or urinary tract infections. These infections are actually a major cause of death after a fall. It's like a domino effect. One thing leads to another. And before you know it, you're dealing with something much bigger. So, what can we do about it? Well, the key is to keep moving as much as possible. Even small movements can make a big difference. Encourage yourself or your loved ones to do some light exercises, even if it's just wiggling your toes or moving your arms. And always be on the lookout for signs of infection. If something feels off, don't wait. Get it checked out right away. The thing is, immobility is a sneaky culprit. It increases the risk of these complications, and if we don't address them, they can be fatal. So let's stay proactive. And hey, If you or someone you know has faced these issues after a fall, I'd love to hear about it. Share your experiences in the comments. It's important we talk about these things, you know? Let's talk about something really important: preventing falls and keeping your independence. You know, falls are actually preventable, and staying independent is so crucial for your well-being. I mean, who doesn't want to keep doing the things they love, right? So let's dive into some practical steps. First off, think about your home. Are there any trip hazards lying around? Maybe a loose rug or some clutter in the hallway? Removing these can make a big difference. And don't forget about assistive devices. A cane or a walker can be a real game changer. My friend once told me how her mom resisted using a walker for the longest time. But once she started using it, she felt so much more confident moving around. It's like having a little safety net. Now, let's not overlook the importance of regular health checkups. They can catch issues before they become big problems. And strengthening exercises? They're not just for athletes. Simple balance exercises can really help. Imagine standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. It sounds funny, but it works. But here's the thing: losing independence can lead to feelings of depression and loneliness. It's a tough cycle. You stop going out and then you feel isolated. That's why it's so important to implement home safety measures and encourage social activities. Maybe join a local club or take up a new hobby. Staying connected is key to maintaining mental health. Preventing falls isn't just about avoiding injury. It's about keeping your independence, which is vital for both your mental and physical health. I remember my grandmother always saying, "If you don't use it, you lose it." And she was right. Staying active and engaged is like a secret weapon against aging. So what steps have you taken to prevent falls in your home? Have you made any changes that have really helped? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's keep this conversation going and help each other stay safe and independent. You know, independence as we age is more than just being able to get around on our own. It's about holding onto our dignity and the quality of life we cherish. I remember my neighbor, Ed, who always said, "I just want to keep doing things my way." And I think we all feel that, right? It's like when we can make our own choices, we feel more alive. So what does independence mean to you? Is it about staying active or maybe just having the freedom to decide your day? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them with us and let's keep this conversation going. So we've covered a lot today, haven't we? We've talked about the immediate and long-term impacts of falls and how they can lead to things like blood clots and infections. It's a lot to take in, but it's so important. You know, my neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, she had a fall last year. At first it seemed like just a bruise, but it turned into something much more serious. It really opened my eyes to how quickly things can change. The thing is, falls are more than just a stumble. They can really affect your independence. And that's something we all value, right? But here's the good news. Falls are preventable. By taking some proactive steps like making sure your home is safe and staying active, you can actually reduce your risk. It's like adding a little insurance policy for your health. Now, if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. We all know someone who could use a little extra information, don't we? Remember, taking these steps isn't just about avoiding a fall. It's about staying safe and living life to the fullest. So let's keep moving forward, stay informed, and take care of ourselves and each other. Stay safe and take care.